Welcome to the Community Hotline for the community, by the community. I'm your host, Bob Fang, and today we have Mauricio.
Yeah, nice
Why
to
don't
see you, Bob.
you're good? Why don't you introduce yourself?
Surely, thanks first of all for the opportunity. I'm very, very much grateful, really. And okay, my name is Maurizio. I'm Italian, and everybody call me Mauri. And at the moment, I'm based and I'm living since 4 years and a half in beautiful, really beautiful Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
I love it. Why don't you tell
And
us two truths, one lie?
just one line,
Two truths, one lie.
two truth, one lie. Um, I'm immensely grateful. I love life, and I'm a balanced person.
Okay. Are you a balanced person?
That's the lie.
That is the lie. Why is that the
I said,
lie?
yeah, two truths and one lie. The last one was a lie.
Why is that? Why is that the lie? How are you not balanced?
Yeah, balance and harmony within ourselves. It's a dynamic thing. So will be a lie, to say that we are constantly in balance and harmonized with ourselves. We are doing our best, and you, Bob, you have your tools, maybe through photography, ukulele. I got other tools to try to get in balance, but would be a lie, to say that we are constantly harmonized with ourselves.
I love that. Let's get into the first question of the day. Super
Yo,
deep. Let's get it started. What are three defining moments in your life and how did they impact
wow. I got actually a way more than three, but if I do think about the three ones, um, it was when I was 17. Again, I'm born and raised in Italy, so as a Catholic, and usually you young kid, you go and play in the church playground. But I'm not coming from a very religious family, so it was more like a logistic place that my parents felt very safe to let me play. And then I met this guy that became a brother in terms of friendship, a mentor, and he opened the doors for me to some philosophy, some politics. So I start to hang out and in this kind of quite far left side politic party, and it was one of the stepping stones of my life because I was exposed to big happening, organizing manifestations, even at school, and it really let me understood since young age that it really doesn't matter the color of your skin, the way you look, the way you speak, your accent, how your body looks like, but we're truly all the same. And since then, I've been embracing strongly that concept. Another stepping stone was when I still with this guy that opened my kind of a friend, mentor, brother. We were 19 years of age. We went to Southeast Asia, by the way. And I remember we flew from Italy to Thailand, and we went to Laos, Cambodia. And we were back to Thailand before to fly to Italy. We were on the shore of a beach. And he told me, Mauri, Italy is the best place in the world. That's where I'm gonna have my family. That's where I'm gonna grow, and gonna enjoy my life. And I look at him. His name is actually was because rest in peace, brother Piero is not with us anymore. I look at him and I was so fascinated of living in this kind of international and diverse community. So I felt so comfortable being more with people different physically and culturally than me, than back to Italy, that I said to him, listen, I'm going to go back to Italy. I'm going to go move to the UK, to London, which is a big city, cosmopolitan. And so I did. And was one of the best choices I could ever follow because once more, I was embracing my truth, to enjoying and loving this diverse community. And another stepping stone was while I moved to Colombia. While I was living in London, I met this amazing Colombian girl. Then we became partners. And then she moved back to Colombia, and I follow her. And was a stepping stone. Why? Because I did realize that wherever I go, and even alone, I'm always able to find myself comfortable. I'm a kind of I'm very resilient, and I can adapt very fast to any kind of situation. And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying that it has a cost, because I went through a lot of stuff in my life, really pleasant and less pleasant, but it's part of the journey. It's all driven by the curiosity of experience this beautiful opportunity, which is life.
I love that. So let me just do a recap to make sure that I was listening. Your first defining moment was when you were playing in the Catholic playground and you got introduced to philosophy by your brother Pierre that you met. The second one was when you traveled to Southeast Asia and you learned that you wanted to be in a more diverse community, to be international. So that's why you moved to the UK. And then the last one was when you moved to Colombia, and you had all those different experiences where you figured out that you could survive and be comfortable anywhere. Is that correct?
Roger.
Got it.
Correct.
I love that. Let's jump into the first topic of the day, which is education. Tell us, who were you in high school?
I was a naughty, well, naughty. I was in especially high school. I was really involved in politics. So I was the guy, the leader, let's say, of the students, and was a beautiful. I mean, at an adult age, the beauty of it, we have now all the tools to see backwards and understanding, where we come from. So at that stage, I couldn't realize that I had the power. Not I had, it's been gift me, I don't take the statement, but nature, my father, my mother, and God gave me the opportunity to have the power of leading in certain cases. And I didn't realize it back then, but I was very much able to gather always the attention of people through a message. And in my case, according to my perspective of life, I was fighting against, even physically, against whoever was trying to push down people because they have a different color of skin or different religion, or they think different than them. So I was trying, to speak my truth, that we are all the same, and I was doing it at the different levels.
I see that.
So
Can you share a personal story?
I, I can go easy. I can say, well, yeah, of course. Personal story is, yes, I was physically fighting these guys. They call it Nazi skin. These guys, they shave the head. They claim that Hitler, during the Second World War, was a good guy and fascist. Basically. So I was exactly on the opposite side, and I was moved by love. Sorry, I was moved by the love of changing the world according to how I perceive love. So this took me in a very difficult situation at times as well, because I was living in a small place called Padova, and they were waiting for me, those Nazis came out of my school. They stole my Vespa scooter. They beat me up a few times. They were waiting me outside my place. So even family issues, they tried to beat my brother. I mean, a lot of stuff. And but I won't change anything, because I wanted to change the world as a 17 years of age guy wanted to. So I was translating my love through physically, through street fights and other stuff. And the person that you have at almost 46 years of age in front of you, I am the outcome of those. And now it's a totally different things. I absolutely believe in love. Love is all that there is. And but the love and the revolution that I was trying to apply to do through maybe using my physical body, I do it with my mind, with my heart now. And I work on myself in order to change the surrounding world around me. And believe it or not, I have no more enemies. I got all beautiful relationships, and I'm learning to have a beautiful relationship with myself as well. And it's worth it actually to work in ourselves firstly in order to change the world from within.
Love that. When all this was happening and you were getting targeted by the Nazi kings, what was your parents thinking? What did your parents say?
Well, this is a good question. My parents were just amazing because, first of all, my parents they were quite present. I come from a middle class family, but no any kind of, thanks God, really, in this life at least, no any kind of drama, I mean, nice, simple life, no any kind of drinking parents. I mean, super, super cool, you say. And no, they were afraid because, my name, again, I was quite popular in town. So my name on the walls, those Nazis were like writing my surname on the wall. We're gonna kill you. My name came up in the few times in newspapers. I got arrested once. So of course my parents were very scared, especially once like was 7 p.m. dinner time. It was springtime. They the 20 Nazis, they ring on the bell of my place, and we used to live in a bungalow, so like with a bit of garden. So my father opened the door and see those 20 massive guys say, "Where is your son? Where is your son?" And I was inside, the house says, "No, it's not here, it's not here." So of course, was not pleasant for them, but they knew what was my motivation. They knew why I was doing that. So my parents are amazing. They always told me, and I want to give thanks that I would love to share this with you. They always told me something which gives me so many thanks to God to say, what a parents, I've been choosing in life. They told me, we give you birth, but you don't belong to us. As long as you respect yourself, respect others, and you don't do stupid things, this is your life. So we give you the opportunity to be in this physical world. Now it's your time to enjoy it. And I'm not a father, Bob, but God knows if I'm going to become in this life, maybe in the next one. But I believe that is the highest way of express your love, showing that you are there for your kids, but they say, I got your back. I'm not holding your back. I got your back, and just keep going walking. Now it's your turn. Look, and while I'm saying this, I got goosebumps all over.
I love that. I love that. Tell me, um, what would you say to the kids, who are in high school and they have a lot of passion and they have a lot of anger? Um, is there any healthy way to express it, or
Mm.
how if you go back now and you were to speak with that child, how would you? What would you say to those kids?
Um, Bob, it's a very beautiful question yours, and it's quite hard to reply in terms of um, we gotta go. I mean, as long as we are moved and we are trying to connect with ourselves and be true to ourselves, it's good that we do what we feel to do, even though for others they can judge it and say, you know what? No, this for me is not a good point. But if you feel that for you, it's true to your values, it's true to who you are. And at that time, I was absolutely true to myself. I say, I'm gonna fight this, and I'm gonna and I did it. In a This took me to understand, getting wiser and getting older, that it pushed me to understand, wait a second, may I still have a positive impact to the world? but without using violence. And then I've been asking, and I got answers. I say yes, you can fight through meditation, through praying, to have a belief. You can believe in any form of God or higher power. You can believe in yourself. What I would suggest to a younger person is embrace yourself, and if you have some anger, try to express in it, probably finding a teamwork of people that you might express in doing sport. You might express in it trying to leverage that anger, but find a way to have a positive impact to the society through that anger. What I'm trying to say, let's say you're always nervous, for example, why don't you go and do some rugby, for example? I used to be a rugby player, and for me, it's been an amazing tool of understanding that life is all about teamwork. We believe that we are individuals, but by the time we understand how interconnect we are one of each other, and rugby, it's a school of life. 15 guys, now there's even 15 girls, there's rugby for females, so every female can play rugby as well, of course, thanks God. And according to your body type, there is no any discrimination. You can be thin, thick, muscles, agile. Everyone has its own role. And in order to try to score a try, you play as a team. And you cannot lie. When a player from the other side comes to you, it's you against him. And there is no lies. If he's stronger than you, he puts you down. And so it pushes you then to become better. Say, okay, you put me down. I'm going to go back home. I'm going to eat more food, more protein, work out more in the gym. And next time we see. So there is no hate. There is no anger. You want to go towards my try area. I will do my best to stop you. So it really pushes you to become a better person.
Love that. I love that. Tell me, in Italy right now, is there a lot of discrimination?
Yeah, in Europe, even here in Malaysia, as you know, it could be more subtle, could be more cultural, could be more in your face. Um, you know, yes, there is, and there is even in democracies that are like even Northern Europe, like Sweden, Denmark, in the States, as you know, where that this kind of political correct, but at the end of the day. Um, Especially in times of frustrations in Europe. Europe has been ruling the world for centuries. Look what they did: the Spanish, the Dutch, the French, the British, Italians. Thanks God, little colonizing all the world. So Europe has been culturally, has been financially ruling the world, but is, as a matter of fact, and I say this with not judgment, with pain, it is sinking. And so once you have a very high standard of living, and then you see that you are sinking down, what you do, you protect what you have. And in order to protect what you have, everything which is outside the fence of your little fortress that you build, could be yourself, your family, your neighborhood, your city, your region, your country, and so on. It's something that has to stay outside. So it's very easy to be blind to the necessities of others, because say, I don't care if you come from Africa and you need to eat, because I come first. So yes, there is, and it's quite strong actually. Not only in Italy, unfortunately, everywhere.
I see. I love that. All right. Well, speaking of discrimination, let's talk about something the opposite, which is love. Last, second topic. Tell us, what is love?
Love is all that there is. Love is everything. Love is you. Love is me. Love is the most powerful way and fastest way that we can break any sense of separation within ourselves, to connect within ourselves, with ourselves, and to connect with you, to connect with the neighbor, with somebody which has been mean to us, mean to me, to somebody that has been challenging me. It's everything. And I had the luck to study NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming, which is a beautiful discipline that I really suggest, if one of these you nice guys want to study. It teaches you that even the worst, even Hitler, I take it back again, according to his way of perceiving love, he did what he did. Hitler did the Holocaust because of love. According to his point of view, he wanted to save the world. And for him, the Jewish were the enemies. So he did the possible impossible to destroy them. But the love was always the very beginning of everything. So what is the difference, guys? What is important? Understanding that love is to love yourself, respecting others, to live a life where we can enjoy and fulfill whatever we like to do, but always keeping in mind that our freedom ends up when the freedom of somebody else starts. So enjoy your life, have fun, leverage the gift that life has been giving to you. So, and understand how you can serve the community. For me, love now is how can I serve the community? And as you are doing, we go in a way both same passions. We're doing through interviewing people to put our face in front of a camera and deliver a message, or giving room as you are doing in an amazing way, space, as you say, to normal people. But I believe there is no normal people. There are just people, giving people the opportunity to express and tell a bit of their story. So that's for me is love.
Okay. How do you receive love?
Yes, more and more and constantly. And yes, yes, brother. And more I love myself, more, why it's tricky, brother Bob? Because we believe that if I love my girlfriend, is she's generating the feeling of love. We cannot give out something that we don't have. So it's been taught me by my mentors, my friends, and love yourself first. And as a big giver, I was so pouring out everything without understanding that I need, once I do now, what I do now, I literally sit on the floor, so I feel very grounded. And I close my eyes. I see a picture of Maurizio when I was in my sevens, and I speak love. I speak. I talk lovely to him, and immediately a beautiful sense of love is in me. Even though I be maybe have a misunderstanding with Ariel or with a friend, with a business partner, immediately if I do that and I start to love myself, accepting the way I am, I'm able to love others. So love starts from loving ourselves, and it is not selfish. It's not like, wow, I love myself, go away. No, I love myself, and I love you because I can see how imperfect I am, and I accepting myself because I'm so beautiful, imperfect. Brother, I love you too. And if you sometimes you say something mean to me, I forgive you because I do the same sometimes. So why should I judge you and not love you because you are exactly like me?
Absolutely. How has your idea of love changed when you were younger to now? Has it changed?
Again, how is my idea?
Of love, has it changed from when you were younger to how it is now?
Ah, okay. Uh, Whoa, how it changed? Probably, well, in my younger age, I was just perceiving love was like this kind of emotion that you fell in love with a person. That's the thing. First things pop up in my mind. I would just identify identify love like, wow, am I gonna get in love with someone in my life? If somebody's gonna love me, but more in the romantic way. That's what was my perception. I could identify love in everything.
I see. Do you have a? You mentioned you had a brother. Do you have any more siblings, or is it just you and your brother?
No, just me and my brother.
And how do you guys get along? Because I know a lot of students, they always fight with their siblings, and it seems like it's the end of the world.
Um, Again, very lucky because I got along with my, yeah, we got some fights, but normal, but I'm extremely extrovert. My brother is extremely introvert. So yeah, no, we got along. We play rugby together, and especially now in my major age, in my more adult age, we really respect each other. We support each other. We are there for one of each other. So it's a very healthy relationship. Surely, when we were younger, but it's part of the process. There's a bit this kind of competition that you fight, but it's just part of the process. I mean, nothing to worry about.
See, who was your first love?
Oh, my first love. Oh my God. I think her name was Chiara. Yeah, and I think I gave her the first kiss. Oh, okay. Probably my first love. I got this blurry when I was, maybe it was a German girl when I was maybe 6, 7, something like that. Probably, yeah. While I was traveling with my family, probably yes. And then we remember more clearly my 17th, probably Chiara. Yes, she was a swimmer, very sexy swimmer.
I like that. Is it difficult in Europe to marry or date outside of the culture? Like if an Italian guy wants to marry a German girl, is that going to be difficult?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's very, no, no, no. In that sense, it's very easy actually. And then being both Europeans, I mean, as a European with the Italian passport, I can, if tomorrow I want to go move to any of those European countries, I can just move. I don't need any kind of visa. I can get a job. So they make it very easy. So no problem, no problem.
I see. And then how do you show love to others?
Oh, wow. That's a lovely one. So I believe is, first of all, being a good listener, being present, being attent on the other needs without fulfilling my ego, to try to solve their life without being asked, without fulfilling again the ego of saying, "Oh, Mauri, you're a good person. You're such kind with everyone." So is developing the sensitivity of understanding the other needs, and in order to understand the other needs, is shut up and listen and hold the space for them, be there, because sometimes we got it. I mean, I used to be as a big giver. I used to, let me help you, let me find a way to help, without understanding that if the person needs, will say, Mauri, I need a help. Okay, so what's going on with you? So you understand how you can help, how that person needs to be helped. And love is acceptance, love is forgiveness, love is compassion. So I try. I'm not saying that I manage all the times, but that's the way I try to love, showing that I'm there whenever is needed, and whenever I can, if I can facilitate any process, I will just share my experience of what was working for me, and hopefully it works for them as well.
Like that. Being present, being a listener. Excellent. Let's move on to the last topic of the day, which is money. Tell us, what is money?
Money is an energy. Money it's a beautiful flow of energy, and money is always around. I had a quite a, I'm still having, I guess, quite a situation with the understanding of the flow of money. Okay, this with my parents has been always a big topic. They, due to the way they've been educated, they were very controlling with their own money. Like, like I don't know, very not, I don't know if stingy is the way, but a very heavy energy when it comes to money. Okay, a massive scarcity mindset. And I realized that once in my 20s, I moved to England and I was seeing my friends of my same age, how they were much more easy with their relationship with their own money. And I was saying, but why am I like this with money? So I start to dig in. And once I start to dig in, I start to judge my parents, and I felt even some hate. Some at times I would say hate, which is a word that I use very carefully. But I believe in my 20s, I felt some hate. Say, my gosh, how comes because of your way of thinking, now I got to carry and deal with that? Then by the time you understand that they just did what their parents did, so you forgive them again with compassion. Again, that's love coming in place. You love them because they did the best they could to give you values, and of course they share with me the values that they receive from their grandparents and the father and mother as well. So now I tell you that as I see, I call them to me, and I'm not saying that yet the flow is there. It's been for many years a lot of frustrations, working very hard, but having very little flow of money coming in comparing to the amount of work. I make peace with them. So I say to the money, I talk them like they were a person. I call them Madame Prosperity. And I visualize them as a person, say, please forgive me if I ever hurt you. You are more than welcome. I love you. You are my best friend. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to experience as many experiences as possible in this physical world with the money that you are giving to me. So I just surrender. And whenever, I do the best as I can in terms of work and business. And then when the money comes in, I always bless them. I try to save 10% of what I earn, and part of them I enjoy, part of them I invest as well. And even when I spend money, I always say thank you, money, for blessing I don't know, let's say I buy a piece of bread in a bakery. Thank you, money, for let me buy this delicious piece of bread, and I bless the business of this bakery. That's the way I perceive money.
Love that. How can you explain what your? I know you mentioned you were a little bit more careful with money in your younger days. What are the top two biggest money mistakes you've made?
Mhm. Okay, not starting to accumulate. Okay, I don't say saving money because it's a scarcity mindset. So, guys, I suggest you, as been taught to me as well, accumulating wealth. So instead of saying saving money, because you save money in case of rainy days, there are no rainy days, guys. Just we accumulate wealth. So, according to this principle, I should have started to accumulate wealth in a much younger age. I start like my 28s just because my father started to tell me, hey, Maurizio, why don't you think to save something? And thanks to that, I did start to save. So that one was a mistake, was a lesson, that if you guys start to, whatever you are receiving, 10% of it, put in a safe place. Now you got a lot of ways to where to save money. Even though it's, at the moment it seems to you a small amount, but trust me, no, I'm not a guru, but I'm older than you. Trust me that by the time it compounds, and you will be mind blown, it will be mind blowing to see in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, what the little money compound has been accumulating. So will be my biggest suggestion to do. That was quite a big mistake not to start earlier to, and then investing. um, Again, nobody taught me how to invest, and I've been always looking for mentors, looking around to understand how to invest money, until a time here in Malaysia that I found a mentor. He was still in cryptocurrency, so I started to invest, and I was even quite lucky because some investments went well. So investing, find a way to invest for the long run, mid-term and long term. So investing and accumulating prosperity.
Love that. Love that mindset. That's excellent. Before we wrap it up, any final thoughts, final words?
Yes, of course. If I should share a message, is try to do your best. I'm trying to do my best to co-create, and I put emphasis on co-create because the person that we are just an outcome of really 100 of years of coming from our ancestors, from our mother's side, from our father's side. We are the outcome of our past relationships. Current relationships could be with a neighbor, with a friend, with a girlfriend, boyfriend, or with ourselves as well. So I'm doing my best to co-create the self that I love to live with for the rest of my life. So, and in my case, I'm doing my best to co-create a man of integrity, a man of compassion or kindness, a man of that is able to take risks, to have courage to take risks, and to fulfill the mission that I have in this life. And of course, on the way, if I can support others unconsciously or consciously, I will, of course, support others in their journey as well.
Love that. Where can people find you?
I'm quite active in the social media. So my personal social media IG is at THE.MAUR. Thank you very much, D Mauri. And then I have, thank you, brother. And then I have another IG, which is called Tuesday.with.Mauri, where I do conduct as well interviews. I showcase the men's circle, which I'm facilitating a men's circle here in Malaysia, and more about a kind of I won't call it spiritual journey, but some tips and tricks, on how I perceive life. Let's put it this way.
Excellent. Excellent. Before I forget, guys, if you're listening and you are in the North America and you are going through any suicidal thoughts, depression, and you don't have anyone to talk to, feel free to text home to 741-741. That is a national hotline, 365, 7 days a week. And if you're in Malaysia and you need someone to talk to and you're going through suicidal thoughts, depression, feel like you're all alone, and you have no one to talk to, feel free to text 6018-9888-058 to Tina. She will be there 365, 7 days a week. And all I ask is that if you're feeling generous, that you do consider supporting the community hotline. That's it for our episode today, guys. We'll join you next time. Have a good one. See ya.
Peace.